For me, when I think of restored, I think about my relationship with my dad. I grew up without a dad. He left home when I was 5 years old. I remember specifically being in the 6th grade. At 11 years old, I decided that I was going to be the best thief that ever lived. And that was because my dad was a thief. He spent a lot of his young adult life in and out of prison. And as a kid, you want to be like your dad. So I set out to be just like my dad. At 14, I stole my first car. And at 15, I had a very large theft ring going. And I started using drugs and alcohol. And the good thing is I had a praying mom. And my mom spent a great deal of time on her knees praying that I would meet a Christian girl and that would bring about the change that I needed in my life. And at 17, I met a girl named Nancy Leha in high school, and she was a Christian. Unfortunately, I took her downhill for a little while, but after a time of separation, on a very desperate and lonely night, I found myself hurting bad after we had separated, and my sister confronted me, and she shared that I was looking for happiness in all the wrong places, and I was only going to find it in giving my life to Jesus. I told my sister I couldn't live that life, that it was too difficult for me, and my sister shared with me that Jesus does not clean his fish before he catches them. And that night I got on my knees and I asked Christ to come into my life, and he did. He radically came into my life. I was completely stoned at the time, and when I asked him to come into my life, instantly I was sober. Instantly he came in and he changed me, and I saw the sun shine in my window for the very first time that next morning, and that was 32 years ago. I married that girl, Nancy Baker, and my life has never been the same. God has restored my relationship with my dad, and we share a passion on motorcycles and Jesus, and God fixes everything.